Another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. So the Hornets win the tip. Now Bridges. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. Hey, Clark, in tonight's game, what are you watching closely?
Well, the thing that jumps out at me, Kevin, is the guard matchup. I mean, both teams have tremendous backcourts, and I really think whoever is able to win or control that battle is going to win the game.
Now here's Gobert. Here's Randall. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
And the defense cannot underestimate Randall's strength. Pushes right through the contact. And gets the shot.
Here's Green from the arc. And it's McDaniels with the rebound.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Pass to Gobert. Outside Conley. Shot clock at 6. Here's McDaniels. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. We've played just over a minute here in the first. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Caught up with Coach Charles Lee. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. We're worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Hi, thank you, David.
How about the work ethic of Anthony Edwards? Not to mention that linebacker build and the sweet shooting stroke. But what he wants most is to see his team succeed. That's what you love about AE. Already a very confident player, knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Now, here's Ball. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days.
Clark, we've all heard the comparisons. Brandon Miller plays a lot like a young Paul George.
And you know, it makes a ton of sense when you consider that Paul George is Brandon Miller's favorite player. So he spent a bunch of time studying how PG gets it done and putting those moves into his own book bag.
Just 5 to shoot. For the 3. The shot by McDaniels, no good. And here's Green outside. Nailed from three-point land. Green's got 5 now.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Out to the wing. McDaniels. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. Miller inside. Bridges outside. Back to Ball. Three-pointer. And it's McDaniels with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 3.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Pass to Gobert. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Edwards. Edwards drawing the double team. The Timberwolves again can't hit. And the Hornets with possession here. To the middle. Here's Williams. Count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision excellent.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. Clark, the 2021 Rookie of the Year, LaMelo Ball. And the only thing holding him back now is his health.
It certainly is, and it's unfortunate because he's a talented, fun-to-watch player. He's already missed a bunch of games early in his career, but he is the total package as a point guard now. Great length at 6'7", and I still think he has MVP potential. It's a matter of, can he stay on the floor?
The Hornets on offense. Big stretch here going 10-2 to the inside. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Timberwolves ball. Substitution on the court.
Timberwolves trail by 6. On the wing, DiVincenzo. Back to Alexander Walker. Randall no good. Here's Mann. A three-pointer off the mark. There's 45 seconds left in the first. DiVincenzo can't hit it. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Pass to Mann. Williams a screen. Mann with it. There's the triple. Julius Randle with the rebound. Timberwolves trail by 6. To the left wing. Inside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Coming onto the floor for the Timberwolves, number 22, Jalen Clark.
And so it's Charlotte with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story.
Timberwolves, 4.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And when you consider how Charlotte is doing, guys, what do you think?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you.
Attacking right away. McDaniels wasting no time there.
In recent seasons, the Charlotte Hornets, Clark, have been very active in the trade market.
Well, it seems like they're always wheeling and dealing. I mean, they're on a quest for that perfect fit lineup, moving pieces around, trying to find the right recipe for success.
And finished off by Nurkic.
Yeah, you can't allow Nurkic to get that kind of position. When you do, he is going to rattle that rim.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
In for your Hornets,
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone.
Josh Okogie, Trey Mann.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Nothing on the board. Right wing. The 3. Hornets with the rebound.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Right at the free throw line. Not going to fall. Starting off slow, he misses his first 3 from the floor. A nice shot by McDaniels.
It's always fun when you can get ahead of the play like McDaniels did there to finish off the break.
Here's Mann to the paint. Here's Nurkic. It's Clark with the rebound. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Down low. Here's Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Smith on the wing. Takes the three. Rebound by Alexander Walker. The Timberwolves trail. Ahead. And finished off by McDaniels.
A guy who wants to make a big impact. McDaniels is just going off.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. Looking for a breather. And maybe just one or two things to talk about. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
Ball has wasted no time showing off his passing skills. A really gifted distributor.
Mr. Gobert. It's tipped. Here's Green. And Green slams it in.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where one or two possessions can impact the outcome.
And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
And you see, don't you, Clark, the steady progression year over year for Anthony Edwards.
Well, he's already an all-star since his third season. With Edwards, the chance is there. If he continues to show the same improvement he's shown thus far, that he's going to be MVP caliber, and I dare say, perhaps the face of the league for several years to come.
Gobert. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
I like seeing Gobert use the shot fake because it's an effective way to get the defenders into the paratroopers club.
That one is no good.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket.
Look at how DiVincenzo burst inside on the drive. Gave the defense no time to set up.
And here is Ball. He takes it in. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
You know, we all know about the flair and sizzle to LaMelo Ball's game. The highlight reel plays, all of that is great, but I also like the fact that he's got great length at the point guard position, which presents a lot of problems at both ends.
Fast break, here we go. Smith wide open, he fires. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball.
Steady from beyond the arc. Smith's improvement from there could really make him a dangerous player.
Here's Edwards. Edwards with the powerful flush.
And just like you'd want to see assertive basketball.
He threw that one down, Greg, so hard you could feel the strength over here.
Guys, you've got that exactly right. That was what I call an angry dunk.
And so it's Charlotte, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Back to Conley. Timberwolves passing it around. McDaniels gets a wide open look. There's 3 pointers off the mark. Pass to Williams. And he uses the glass on the layup. Williams has got the lead up to 11 now for the Hornets.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up to the Charlotte Hornets. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
First one falls for him.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Mann. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said, there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Pass to Miller. Kick by Bridges. To the middle. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Outside Edwards. Edwards slashing in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 8 points for Anthony Edwards.
Edwards is a load to stop on the bounce simply because he's got a football player's build.
Now, Mann. Here's Bridges. Banked in off the glass. Bridges got his first points in this one.
Good job from the interior. Bridges just taking his time and letting these shots come naturally within the flow of the offense. No rush at all.
And finished off by Gobert.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Charlotte making a switch here. Left side, Ball. Six on the shot clock. On the wing. That shot, no good.
I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Hornets leading by 11.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
To the inside. Williams. Gobert with the defensive effort.
You know, sometimes making it difficult for him to finish at the rim is all you can ask for from the defense.
Second chance shot. And the basket by Edwards. Edwards got it back down to within single digits for the Timberwolves. Here's Ball. Julius Randle with the rebound. And Minnesota has possession. A shot by McDaniels, no good. It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Defense must honor Ball's three-point shot. He's more than ready to snipe away if you give him the opportunity to do so.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Both teams will make substitutions. We've got 1:18 left to play in the third. Pass to DiVincenzo. That's in, coming off an assist from Randle. DiVincenzo's got 5 now.
Rise and fire. DiVincenzo does not lack confidence going right up with the shot.
Now Nurkic. Inside. Ball. And Ball slams it in.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that number.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for him.
When Naz Reid is out there, Clark, spacing the floor is a real asset for him.
For sure, and, you know, he really puts a lot of pressure on the defense because he can score from anywhere on the floor, and he's got great size and strength. And he does the little things, too. I mean, you look at his points and rebounds, but this guy gets deflections. He goes after loose balls. He gets you extra possessions on the glass. He steps in and takes charge. I mean, he does all the little and big things.
.36 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And it's Smith missing. Timberwolves trail by 8. One-on-one here. It's Randall with the drive. Pass to DiVincenzo. To the paint. Here's Reid. Lays it up and banks it in. He's got 5.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And there's the drive.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. The shot by Curry, no good.
I guess even he is one of those once in a while.
Clark for 3. Hornets with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Curry. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good.
Boy, Curry knows that kind of physical finish can give his team a spark.
Picked by Reid. Inside. Back to DiVincenzo. This one for 3. Rebound by Nurkic.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Smith. The teardrop falls in. And it's a 12-point Hornets lead.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
Clark with the Hornets. They were hit with injuries as hard as any team in the NBA in the 23-24 season.
Kevin, I couldn't agree with you more. They were so unfortunate in that regard, and it's not anything you can control, and it made it almost impossible for them to have a productive season because of those injuries.
Ball with it. Pass to Diabate. Now here is Smith. It's deflected. Here's DiVincenzo. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Hey, why settle for the layup when you can dunk it? DiVincenzo put in on a show on that drive.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, during the break, listen in with Charles Lee and his team. Now, he kept it simple in the huddle. He said, play smart. If we don't beat ourselves, we walk away with the win. Keep it simple, and we got this. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He's not taking any chances. He wants to huddle them up right away. Outside, ball. Charlotte moving it around. Shot clock at 3. Williams a screen. Curry can't get it to go.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Hornets leading by 8. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Up top, Curry. Six to shoot. To the inside. Here's Green.
Terrific work by Edwards there. The positioning, the timing on the contest, that's textbook default.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Ball with the bucket. And the Hornets lead by 10.
Tell you what, the competitive spirit of Ball, I absolutely love it. This guy is relentless.
Pass to DiVincenzo. In the corner, Dillingham with it. Edwards with it. From deep. Pocket 6. Traps in the tray.
And DiVincenzo able to stretch the floor, spread the defense out, especially with how accurate he is from deep.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And here is Curry. Now, here's Ball. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Both teams deciding to change it up. Outside Conley. Has to Gobert. Nick Daniels up top. That's in, and he's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
Ball with a wide open look. Rebounded by the Timberwolves.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
For 3, Edwards. Charlotte leading by 7. Ball with it. Out defended by Randall. Pass to Green. .110 left to play here in the fourth. Driving in. The kick out to Ball. Just 2 to shoot. And it's off from 3-point range.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
It doesn't look good, even with a quick bucket here.
Here are the Hornets with the ball. They get the rebound. Tries again. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Over in the corner, Conley. Outside, Edwards. Edwards with another miss. Here's Ball. The 3. Drills the three-pointer. And the Hornets lead by 10. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that about wraps it up for David Aldridge.